And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, September the 29th, 2018. I forgot to change this on my script. It is Season 12, Episode 35. I need to do that now because I'll forget about it, and we'll screw it up next week. Yeah.
Some of you screw it up every week, don't it?
Welcome to the show, everybody, as this, just well-oiled machine that you've got here. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228. Go to ingamechat.net for all the links. To get in touch with us, you can find us on Twitter at In-Game Chat. You can find us on Facebook at In-Game Chat. Yeah, right there, too. You can email us, everyone, at ingamechat.net. Streaming right now on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv, and you can find us there. And also join in the chat room live while we broadcast over on Twitch. Just type in In-Game Chat at twitch.tv, and you'll be able to find us and watch the show. Alternatively, just go to ingamechat.net, and there's all those links I just mentioned for you to get in touch with us real quick.
Oh, you're not going to wait till the end of the first break? Clap, clap.
Trying to do it when you're not talking.
I'm just going to keep talking.
So that I can...
Did we introduce ourselves?
Find the audio.
Oh, we didn't.
Did we not? I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh, because I got the date wrong. Yeah.
We'll get to who we are.
We'll get to it in just a second. I'm Scott.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Matt.
Boom. Done.
One day we'll do it perfectly.
Yeah. Before we get started, RJ, you were not here, but...
yeah, what I miss?
Well, you missed that apparently we're now making money for the company. We've been doing this for...
12?
Well, like back on the radio, though. How long have we been here? When did we start this back?
4 years? 5 years?
Was it 5? Has it been 5 years since we've been back on the radio?
8 years? 13 years? I don't know.
Anyway.
Time has no meaning.
It's been a while.
Yeah, you get to an age where you forget time.
We're making money for the company now, for the radio station.
Oh, okay. Good.
Hey, we get a raise.
Yeah, well, right.
Yeah, we do. We do. We get... We get 3 times as much as we did when we started.
Exactly. Whatever you're making now, just multiply it by 15.
Free coffee that
multiply
we
any
want.
number you want to choose. Whatever you're getting now, just multiply it by that.
Woohoo!
And that's what you're getting. So, yeah, Quality Comics over on the Eastern Boulevard. You ever been over there?
I've been there.
Okay.
I got to clear my folder out from there, yeah.
You got to clear your folder out from
there.
there.
I got a hold folder. They hold comics for me, so I still got to go.
Really? You've got a pull list over there?
Yeah, pull list.
Yeah, okay.
I went there after the show.
Oh, last night? Or last week?
Yeah.
Last weekend.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they got a heck of a lot more room than they did when they were at Sturbridge Commons. Yeah, and it's a lot. They got a lot there for you to look at and see.
Yeah, Quality Comics located on the Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery, 500 Eastern Boulevard. They're the South's largest vintage comic dealer, but not only that, they've got all sorts of different kind of collectibles, from toys to comics to baseball cards and
Magic.
Yep, all kinds of those cards.
Funko Pops, all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
it's all there at Quality Comics. You can check them out online at Quality Comics. It is comics with an X. QualityComics.com, and on Facebook at Montgomery Quality Comics as well. Coming up on October the 12th, I believe it is. They're going to have it's their anniversary party that they're having, and the Rick and Morty mobile will be there.
When is this?
This is October the 12th. It's a Friday night.
Okay.
So I'll probably stop by.
I'm going to try and dress up for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do it. I think they will have probably a costume contest or something. I think they mentioned something like that. So, check them out. Don't forget to check out their eBay store as well for Quality Comics. We already did our intros here. We haven't talked to RJ in a while. We've been trying to catch up on news lately, so...
Yep, news.
I know. Let's just go through what we've been playing. I'm just going to tell you I've been playing Destiny. That's it. That is all I've been playing. I've gotten to the point now where I can actually clear my map of all the different things that you've got to, every Tuesday the game resets and all these things become new again for you to go through and earn gear and weapons and that sort of thing. So now I've gotten to the point where I can actually clear out my map so that everything's done and I can just grab whatever kind of new daily thing pops up. Just knock that out and be done. I mean, there's other things to do. I have not accomplished or attempted to do the raid yet. There are, the Ace of Spades quests that I'm working on. So, I mean, there's things that I could do once I'm done, but I don't.
Now, when the raids were available before the expansion, what motivated you to play through those? Because you played like one time and you were really...
When the raids were available before what do you say?
Before Forsaken.
Okay, before Forsaken.
Yeah, the raids, because you said you did it like one time and you didn't want to do it anymore, but you did it with friends that motivated you to get back into it. So what's making you excited for the raids and Forsaken?
Not necessarily. I think honestly for me the drive is to constantly improve, to get that better gear and to get that better weapon. And now that we've got random rolls on weapons with different perks on the weapons and stuff, getting a better devil's handgun doesn't necessarily mean that I'm done with getting better devil's handguns, because the next one could come in and it could have some perks on it that are much better than the one that I picked up a while ago, type of thing. So they can randomly drop and get different things off of it. I don't necessarily know that's my main drive or anything. I think my main drive right now is to reach whatever the current cap is on power level, and then once I hit that, continue to do that so that I can gather weapons at a higher level that can make me feel more comfortable with whatever I need to go with. Say this boss works better if you have rocket launchers. Well, I don't have a maxed out rocket launcher right now. Hopefully, once you get there, you get that, and then hey, now I've got something. I've got everything I need for any kind of occasion that I need it for. So this gun works better in PvP. This gun works better in going about and doing whatever. This gun's better against the Taken. This gun's better against a certain enemy type or a boss or a wizard or whatever it is. Yeah. This one's got void shields on it or void element on it. This one's better for that. So just kind of go through and just stockpile that sort of thing. But honestly, the drive is once I get there, fire up the next character.
Right. Now to think about what you just said there, there's no loadout set that you can put on in Destiny, is there?
You mean like just say here, I want my PvP loadout?
This is my solar set. This is my arc set. This is my void set. The armor and having set armor and set weapons for a certain.
There isn't. Not saying Bungie should be ashamed about it, although because there's plenty Bungie should be ashamed about. There is something called the Destiny Item Manager. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's called
Never heard of it.
If you got your laptop up, don't you?
Yeah.
Just go to Chrome, go to search for Destiny Item Manager. It's an extension for your browser or whatever, and you can link that to your account, and you can set up those things. You can set up that you can make custom loadouts.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can put raid gear all on my character and say, this is my raid loadout, and hit save, and it knows what's all there. And so the next time I'm just out and about playing, it's like, hey, let's go do a raid. I can go to Destiny Item Manager, click on the raid loadout, and it just moves everything over the way it's supposed to be. It's amazing how it does it. It can also pull from your postmaster, so you don't have to go back to the tower to get stuff out of your postmaster. It'll pull it straight from the postmaster to your character. It's a really, really nice Destiny Item Manager. They call it DIM.
Sounds nice, but it would be a lot better in game.
Of course it would. There would be so many things that would be a lot better in game. There's plenty. Their matchmaking would be a lot better in game. I say matchmaking for raids or for anything really.
Yeah.
Any kind of. I mean, they did it in Star Wars: The Old Republic. Was it The Old Republic? No. What was the one? What was the MMO?
Old Republic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was Knights of the Old Republic.
Knights was the standalone.
The
Coach
RPG,
War.
yeah. In Star Wars: The Old Republic, they had you'd go to the hub world and you'd go to the boards and look for people posting, "Hey, we're about to do this," or
And
"We're
you're like,
looking
oh,
to
hey,
do this."
let me join that party.
And it'd join the party. Yeah,
Yeah, if
there's
you
like
got-
plenty
if
of
you got-
ways.
if you got experience.
Yeah.
That's what I ran into.
Well, yeah, but there's plenty of ways that they could implement this, and Bungie never does. I mean, I've got plenty of complaints about the way Bungie handles things, but I still come back and play their game over and over again. So their Skinner box is working very well on me. Their whole, do this, here's your prize. Do it again, here's your prize. So that I am thoroughly
Eating that cheese.
openly admitting to being conditioned, and in what they're trying to do.
Pavlov would be proud.
I mean, it works, man.
Yeah.
It works. Although I will say that this add-on that they've done, this Forsaken add-on, is unbelievably, I don't want to say thorough, but like filled with content. There is stuff all over the place and stuff that is still being found. So like the raid opened up, 2 weeks ago, I guess? The raid opened up 2 weeks ago. It was the longest time, as far as Destiny's concerned. Trust me, people can come at me with the WoW takes longer. I agree. WoW's, an actual MMO. This is not. But it was the longest raid completion that they had ever had before. It took 18 straight hours for them to finish it. The first team to finish it took them 18 straight hours. Now people are finishing it much less than that, but that's because they've been able to continually get better gear and everything and level themselves up and move up. Like it wasn't, the puzzle mechanics weren't stopping the people from beating it before 18 hours. It was their light level,
Yeah, they're probably getting killed in one shot.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was, the Forsaken now is a grind to level up, but it's not an intense grind. It's not a bad grind. I like it better than what they were doing before. Some of it could be a little bit streamlined or a little bit less confusing.
Right.
Because sometimes I'm like, this is going to reward powerful gear, but it doesn't reward the kind of powerful gear that I actually, sometimes it'll award you something that's only one light level above you, and then some activities will award something that's like 3 or 4 light levels above you, which is even better. So, there's people have got these graphs and charts and everything else on how to do this. So it's out there. But again, there's plenty of ways they could improve this, but Forsaken is a massive improvement over what they've done. Like I said, they finished the raid 2 weeks ago, which unlocked some quests for everybody on the new area that you can get to. It unlocked a new map in Gambit for people to play. And then a couple of weeks went by, and then this week a dungeon opened up, which is the very first Destiny dungeon that there's been. It is higher level than what the raid wants you to be. But it's not a raid in itself. It's just it's a 3-man activity that you can go through, and there's checkpoints and anything else. It's just like any kind of other kind of I don't know if it's an adventure or whatever it's called, but activity for you to do. I am not near at the light level where I could even start doing this, but I mean, there's more there, and this is now 4 weeks since the game released, 3 weeks since the game released, and here's some new content. So this has been really good to see, and I've enjoyed it a lot. So and so there's what I've been doing is my Destiny stuff. I still have Spider-Man to play, and I'll probably be getting in some Spider-Man tonight, only for the fact that I have obligations after the show tonight. I have to go to the fair. The fair is in town. I have to go to the fair. We have a booth out there, so I have to go work the booth, which means I will not get home until later tonight. And even when I do get home, then I have to work on the editing the video and getting it ready. Yep. It takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours to render the video once I do everything. So if I get on it,
time?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm thinking I'm probably just going to start this thing to do its rendering, crawl in the bed, and play Spider-Man. And then that'll be it. So I don't know that I'll be getting on much tonight at all, if any. I don't know. Is Random on right now?
At least you get some good food at the fair, aren't you?
You say good food, and it is. I'm not denying.
Fair
not,
food.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Good tasting.
I'm not denying the deliciousness of the food.
Good. I don't mean good for you. I mean good tasting.
Yeah, exactly.
The healthy kale salad and
Not the
quinoa deep fried.
Is that possible? Well, no. I'm sorry. You can.
They
fry
would
it.
find.
Yeah,
They
well, I'm
would find
sorry.
a way to deep fry.
I'm sorry.
Quinoa.
If you can have deep fried butter, that's a thing.
Yeah.
They can do it.
Deep fried quinoa.
Yes, they can do it.
They can
so,
do it. Yeah.
I've got to do that. So whatever. But that is essentially. I tried to play some pinball, and I say I tried. I actually did play some pinball.
Which table?
Oh, there's some kind of carnival games or something. I can't remember. It's one of the only.
You're going for the theme, aren't
Right.
you?
This was on Tuesday because it was the final day of it. I'd forgotten that they had done another tournament.
Oh, okay.
They started a tournament on the 19th and it ended on the 24th, and I had totally forgotten about it. So I remembered it on the 24th. I got done playing Destiny for that night, and I said, "Let me look over see if there's any time left on this on this tournament." And there were like 3 hours left, and I started playing it, and I got pretty good into it. I got to number 4 on the list, but I didn't go any further. So I kind of missed out on that. But yeah. Zen, by the way, Zen Pinball, Zen Studios, they're getting the Williams licenses. Remember the ones that
No, yeah, the ones that were taken out.
they were taken out of the pinball arcade?
Right.
Yeah. Apparently, they went over to Zen.
Nice.
Yeah. That was interesting and kind of strange because I thought, whoa, did Zen do this? Is this Williams doing? Who did this?
Yeah.
Did they sneak in there and be like, hey, your contract's coming up. You want to come over to our side? Or was this Williams just like, our contract's coming up. Would you like to do our thing? I don't know. I don't know how this happened, but yeah. So the Williams tables aren't really going away too well. They're going to release with, oh God, I can't remember which ones are releasing coming up next month. Which next month is what, Monday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this coming. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed is on No, it's not on Tuesday. It's Friday. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is on Friday.
Yep.
They're trying to make that the new day, Friday now for big game
Sure.
releases.
Why not?
Yeah.
Several. I mean, I've noticed several games have been released on Friday,
Yeah.
but some still on Tuesday.
Because Spider-Man was Friday, right?
I think it was.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
was on
Spider-Man
a
was a Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spider-Man was on a Friday.
Maybe they could just do AAA games on Fridays and just non-AAA on
Everything
Tuesdays.
else on Tuesday.
Yeah.
From what I understand, I thought Friday was like when they wanted to release internationally at the same time. And
That would
this
make sense.
Puts them this is able for them to get the worldwide release.
So that way they're not releasing either in the States a couple days early or a couple days later.
Elsewhere, that sort of thing. So I think that's what that is.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey says the 5th of October.
Right, that's a Friday.
That's Friday, yeah. I noticed the second they got a Fist of the North Star and Mega Man 11 on the second. So that's
Yeah, I remember
Tuesday.
Mega Man 11. Yeah. I say I had a dream about Mega Man. It was weird. Anyway. RJ, what have you played, man?
A lot of Spider-Man over the past couple weeks. Went through the entire story mode first. That was my first priority. Oh, and the towers, the police towers, of course. That's what everyone says.
Oh, you said you went through the entire story mode. I'm
story.
Huh? Oh, so you beat the whole game?
Beat the game.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right.
Beat the game.
Won't say
went through-
anything because I'm way early.
Yeah,
in
I
it.
know. Yeah.
I'm
But,
towards the end, I'm assuming.
Okay. No, but went through, did all the police towers because, like I said, that's the first thing you want to do. Beat the story mode. Now I'm on the cleanup detail, trying to clean up all the little activities and whatnot. That's all.
So
on the map
after you
now.
beat the story, you could still go back and
you can still go back and do whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still going to be there. You just have to go. It's just a matter of just going there and doing it.
Because I wasn't sure about the Rikers. The crime.
Mm-hmm.
If that would, after you beat the story, if it would clean up, sometimes it would clean out the. In some games, after you beat a district or whatever, in Far Cry, right? After you beat a district, you won't get the random encounters as much.
Well, yeah,
because it cleans out the.
Well, yeah, the random encounters are still there. The factions are factions. Well, I've still seen the dragon faction. Still
the
see
demons.
those. Still see the demons. Thank you. I still see the Rikers prisoners.
Okay.
I still see Sable.
Yeah.
I still see all that. They're going to show up randomly.
Okay.
Tends to be whatever you need. It shows up. Like in one district, I had all the crimes done except for 3 Sable crimes. So I was in this district, and the only things that popped up random were Sable crimes.
Okay.
So it's still going to be there after the fact.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. Other than that, a little bit of Street Fighter V. Had a little extra challenge in there, picking up an extra costume for the character Cammy. They gave her the outfit from Haunting Ground. I think the main character in there, one of the survival horror games that Capcom made.
Not gonna know.
A little obscure title, but
Which one?
Haunting Ground.
I don't remember that one.
He said it was an obscure title.
Girl and her dog trying to get out of this haunted mansion or whatever. I didn't play the game, but that's basically I knew what the outfit and the character was from.
Okay.
The format was basically you have every week they had this little it's 4 weeks of play. You play through this thing. You beat the character, you get a piece of the outfit. So after 4 weeks, if you keep it up, you get the outfit at the end. Get the whole outfit in the end. There've been plenty of outfits like that, and I've missed one that I really missed. There was an outfit for Chun-Li that I missed. I missed it by one piece. So hopefully one day it'll return.
Now,
come
can you
back.
wear the 3 pieces?
No.
Or you have to wait until you get the.
You have to get the entire thing to get the.
Oh, that'd be funny because I'd be like, I have like all of her outfit except for like her sleeves.
Yeah, something like that. But the one for Chun-Li that I was looking at was the one for June from Star Gladiator. That was a game I used to play from Capcom way back in the day, and I was hoping to get that piece of nostalgia in there, but I missed it. So, like I said, hopefully it'll come back. It'll come back around.
All right.
Another thing, one I played recently was this morning. Actually, was the demo for Soul Calibur 6. They got the network text.
Oh, that's right.
Now.
Yeah.
And I was able to download that. It's only 3 gigs. So, and it's 3 gigs, and they've got 12 to 15 characters available for play from the get-go. So, yeah. So, I've had a good time playing that. I got about 10 matches in. I went 8-2. I had a pesky little Talon player that I couldn't handle. That and the fact that I don't know the system, really. I'm still have the mentality of Soul Calibur 5. I'm still thinking, but these buttons do this, but they do something completely different. One of my characters that I use is Siegfried, and a lot of the moves that he uses are completely different from what I'm used to. So it was like touch and go. Let's see what happens when I do this type of thing. Going through those first early matches, and when I got a feel of what he does with every control I do, I was able to get a good streak going. And I think it runs through till Sunday, so I'll be playing that again when I get a chance. See if I can get more information about the system and what my character can do.
Anything else that you played?
That I can remember those. Like it's been 2 weeks, but I remember
fine.
those 3 games.
I get it.
In particular.
And Matt, what about you?
Spider-Man as well, because that game is fun. It's one of those like easy pick up, put down. I don't want to say popcorny, but you don't really have to like focus too terribly much upon plot lines and stories and reading and
The only thing I had to focus on really was web swinging.
Yeah,
because I was awful at that when I first started playing that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was.
It's pretty intuitive. I think once I got used to it.
Yeah. Once you get used to it. But my first one, I was running into walls and running when I didn't want to and bumping into stuff. Yeah.
I'm still having troubles with like the challenge tokens.
Which part? You got the
mostly
combat bombs and the stealth.
Mostly and the drones.
The drones is the one.
Drones are the ones that that's my least favorite of them. The stealth, it's just a matter of practice.
Yeah.
Finding the best route, make sure you don't get spotted, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The
quick and quiet.
combat, I just, equip the quad damage and, start whomping away.
Well, in that, I find that I'm trying to get, like, the most combo possible. And if you, like, hit them too hard and take them out real quick, the combo won't go up as high, I think. Because it's like the more hits you give, the higher your combo meter goes up.
Well, that's when you just start going on someone else.
Oh yeah, but but the more people there, the more hits you give out, the more the combo goes up. And the bigger, the better for the score.
Yeah, but some of the base challenges is like you have to get a combo hit of like 65 and everything. And I'm like, all right, let me just start going around, start tagging this guy, then go over here, and then just like bounce around between the guys, just keep on hitting them and stuff.
Yeah, not a lot of bouncing around. I see because it's like not like Batman games where you can just hit a direction, he'll go completely over to the other side. You have to like hit the.
Gotta miss that combat.
Yeah.
No, I hit the triangle and like zip to him. I zip every which way.
Yeah, zipping to him. Yeah, that's one thing. But yeah, like I was saying in Batman, you just had to like hit the attack button. He'll go straight to the next one.
Batman, the combat is more you're in the thick of it. Whereas this one, it's all about being in the air, being like striking and then running. This is more
Well, Spider-Man's
duck
like
and
that.
weave.
Well, Spider-Man's like that too. You just have to be more alert with your.
Yeah,
spider,
but he's not like Batman. Where you just sit in the middle of everybody and like bounce around between. Spider-Man's more like Muhammad Ali.
Floating around.
Floating around. You go from here to here to, like you zip around that's usually how I play it,
Mm-hmm.
pretty good. Like I'm zipping around the sort of battlefield, tagging people, then, going over here and tagging them,
Mm-hmm.
like doing all that. If I start getting surrounded, I'll just get out of there
Mm-hmm.
and, go hit the guy that's like by himself,
Mm-hmm.
as they all start coming towards me and like, the I think it's the second power that you get, the one that like you jump in the air and you like do the web bomb.
Web Blossom?
Yeah.
Okay. I never used that, but I do.
Oh man,
I
that thing is great if
the
you're
web-
being surrounded.
Yeah, the Web Blossom. I use the Slam, where you
Jump up and
hits the ground and gets the shockwave that staggers everybody off.
That with the Web Blossom is a really good combo because like especially like for like just the small encounters, like if you do like the crime stuff, like if they're all close together, I'll just like fly over them, drop down with the ground pound, and then do the Web Blossom, and it'll like stick most of them to the ground, stick them to the walls.
Yeah.
Like just instantly, and then like you'll have just maybe like one or two stragglers.
Mm-hmm.
You could take out groups so quickly with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing the Spider-Man. I think I'm pretty far, just judging by.
Well, you better hurry up and finish it.
Yeah, I know. I need to. But just judging by.
I only say that because you got
story
Assassin's Creed coming up, and that's.
I'm gonna have to wait on that one.
Oh, are you
but
waiting on that?
Yeah, I'll definitely get it. Just probably not at launch.
Oh, okay. I thought you would have grabbed it.
I want to.
Mm-hmm.
But just
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, I think
I understand.
that and the way the
Red Dead.
They bookend the month. Assassin's Creed opens it,
Yeah,
and Red Dead closes it.
and the way stuff is released, really. I mean,
And luckily, I already have Hitman 2 ordered.
That's November, right?
It is.
Yeah.
I've been doing. I'm pretty close to finishing out Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Didn't I picked up Hitman 2, I think, too, didn't I?
You did.
Because it was...
You got the super,
price error?
You did. You got the nice bundle edition.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh, I want that, but it was.
That's
already gone.
right. Yeah, I got the price error version. Yeah.
And you had the original Hitman, don't you?
I do.
That means
good hands.
I'm a dork.
Yeah.
No, that means that you get the free legacy maps in Hitman 2.
Oh, okay.
So all of Hitman 1,
Mm-hmm.
the 2016 Hitman, all those maps you'll get in Hitman 2 for free.
Okay.
So you could, if you didn't really play Hitman 1 that much,
Which I didn't.
you could go through now and be like, oh, let me go into Hokkaido or Sapienza or
How many maps we got here?
let's see, there was Paris, Sapienza, Colorado, Hokkaido, and Marrakesh.
Okay, 5 extra
not
maps.
including the. I don't know if they're going to do the training map.
Hmm.
That very first level training map. I don't know if they're going to do that, but like
So at
about
least 5 maps.
Yeah.
For free with your
free.
game. Okay,
Yeah.
so good. Okay.
And you'll be able to like I said, you'll be able to equip like all the weapons, the new weapons, the new equipment, the briefcase, all the new stuff in Hitman 2. It's just basically being ported.
All right.
Rubber duck still in there.
Oh yeah, of course, Rubber Duck's still in there. So yeah, I've been, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I enjoy it. It's Tomb Raider. It's like the other two.
Yeah.
If you like that, then you like it. If you don't,
I'll eventually
you don't.
pick that up, yeah.
And other than that, Kevin and I have been doing pretty good in Elite Dangerous. I just finally broke over 100 million credits.
Nice.
And for my character, we've been doing bounty hunting last night, and between that and just trying to engineer up my weapons and my shields and my ship and stuff, getting resources and but yeah, we're gonna try and get some more bounty hunting, if not this weekend, maybe like Monday or so.
Okay. So no significant losses like
I haven't
that last
no.
time. Okay, yeah.
We've been since I've been upgrading my ships and my shields and stuff like that, and also we're more cautious if it starts to get like below half.
Yeah, it sounds like a
hole,
game. Yeah, it sounds like
we're
you have to be cautious because losses hurt.
It's about 7. I mean, it's 7 mil for me to rebuy my ship, which I have 100 mil. So it's not that much. But like you do that a couple of times over, it'll add up.
So 7 mil to just get the ship, but all the upgrades on it, you still have to.
Okay. It'll be just like purchase, get the ship back with all the upgrades and everything.
Okay, all right. Because if you had to go
get to rebuy.
you had to get the upgrades again. That would be
No, that would be terrible.
Is your Is your PC good to go? Is your PC ready? What's left
it
for
can't
you?
go. I just got to get another part for it. I got to get a USB connection on there to allow all my USB cords to go on the motherboard.
Okay.
I got to get a splitter on there.
All right.
I just ordered it, so it should be in within sometime next week.
All right. Because I saw, James was playing Destiny he was playing it today.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, I got on for a bit because I wanted to see what the daily was because they get a daily at noon, and it was Gambit, and I didn't feel like playing Gambit, so I went.
Are they still doing Zur?
Yeah, Zer's out this weekend. He's there.
Okay.
He's in the hangar at the tower this weekend. So
Anything good?
I mean, it depends. For me, no.
You already have it?
I mean, it depends on
because I have it. Yeah, because I
depends on
already
what
have
you
it.
got. Basically,
Yeah,
Zer's good depending on what you got. So
More than likely, given the amount of time you've been away, sure, yeah, there's good things there. But at this point, I'm just logging in with my Warlock and picking up the faded engram or whatever that is, the one
Faded
that's
engram?
the one that comes with something that you don't have.
okay,
It costs like 93 shards or something like that. It's a massive.
oh,
But I'm sitting on like 3,500 shards. I'm good.
oh, fine.
Well, once you hit that level cap, and a lot of stuff you just dismantle. So
Don't need that. Don't need that.
I'm sitting pretty on.
That reminds me of Destiny.
currency.
I think I mentioned it last time about the extra items you need to infuse.
Yeah,
Like-
we haven't really
yeah.
talked about Destiny since the whole change.
Yeah, weapon classifications, the equipment you need to infuse, things like that.
The community has been very vocal about the masterwork cores being used for infusion, considering they have nothing to do with. They're called masterwork cores, and they were used for masterworking items.
Wasn't that in Osiris?
Masterwork cores, yeah, masterwork cores,
Yeah,
but they
that
didn't.
was-
They weren't involved in infusion.
In the
Infusion.
forge, in the
Just-
forge.
yeah,
When you get the masterwork
yeah.
and you get the guns in the forge, and you're like, all right.
Yeah, but they had nothing to do with infusing a weapon into another weapon.
So now you have to masterwork.
oh, now it costs glimmer, shard,
Glimmer, shards, and some random
masterwork, and then some planetary elements, be it the
item. Alcarane dust or something.
the things you picked up on Titan or the things you picked up on Earth, all those elemental
moon
things.
glass shards or something
So
like
it
that.
costs a lot to do infusion, and they turned that back on, I think, because they wanted you to really think about what you were doing rather than just, I'm going to throw this in here and not worry about it. They wanted you to really say, if I'm going to infuse this is very meaningful, because I can't just infuse everything that I get.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
I don't really like it either. The masterwork cores, honestly, are not easy to come by. You can buy them, but they cost, I don't know, they cost so many shards for like one core, and it's ridiculous. So a lot of the community was like, you call them masterwork cores, why are they being used for the infusion part? Why aren't they being used for just the masterwork part? Which they are. To masterwork a weapon now, before it took masterwork cores and maybe some glimmer, I think, to masterwork your weapon. Now it's a steady increase of things. So if you wanna take the gun up to level 2, it'll cost you some glimmer. If you want to take it up to level 3, it'll cost you some glimmer and some shards. If you want to take it up to level 4, more glimmer, more shards. Level 5, more glimmer, more shards, some masterwork cores. And then as you go, it increases. Mm-hmm. And so it's one of those, all the way to level 10. Once you hit level 10, that puts the gold ring around the weapon. It becomes masterworked. And then generates orbs when you're using it for whatever reason you're using it for. I have not masterworked a weapon in this style just yet, mainly because I'm waiting until I get to a point where I can really work on my weapon economy, where I can look at the weapons that I have and say, okay, this is something.
This is the one you want to.
This is the one I want. I don't need these anymore. Every time this gun comes up, I can get rid of it. This is not one of those. It's not a hung jury. Remember, we all loved the hung jury. Mm-hmm. So this is not the hung jury. This is not the I don't know what other guns we used a lot.
I was thinking about something that happens. What if you
Curtain
get
call or whatever the rocket launcher is.
Yeah. What if you get a weapon maxed out level 10, and then you find a weapon that works better than that?
That's the reason
You wanna get-
You don't want to now. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I mean, if you find a weapon that works better than that, then
Better than a level 10 masterwork.
yeah. If you find one that works better than that for you, if it's the same gun, then then it's going to be the different perks, and that's going to be your own fault for not looking at. Because trust me, there's spreadsheets out there now where you can look at and see what are the god rolls.
Yeah.
For the perks systems and everything. There's things you can look at and find, but if for some reason you stumble upon a raid weapon that is like, oh, this is better, this is the one, then yeah, you'll lose that entire if you want to. You'll lose all that masterworking if you want to infuse it into something else. So I mean, it's just one of those things. You've got to decide on what you're going to do, and you've really got to be committed to it. And make that decision that this is what I'm going to do. They're changing some things up. It's going to always be a change up. It's going to always be a thing where Bungie looks at it and says, okay, this really isn't working out the way we want it to, or the community makes such a stink that they think, oh, okay, we need to change this then. Because the community already raised up the effort, the noise that, why are we using these masterwork items just to infuse our weapons? And so on their blog this past Thursday or whatever, they outlined the issues, and then they outlined a solution, which was we're going to have a better way for you to get masterwork cores. We're going to rename them so that it's less confusing as far as what they're being used for, so that they aren't locked into that masterwork type situation thing. So they're going to rename it. They're going to have it better so you can drop. People complained about the Iron Banner, which was last week. I had a complaint about it only for the fact that I remember Iron Banner in Year 1 Destiny. That was a light level type situation where your gear mattered. So if you had a much bigger defense than the other person did, if you had much higher level weapons than the other person did, you're going to take them out in the PvP a lot easier. And they're going to have a lot more trouble taking you out type situation. So level mattered in the original Iron Banner in Destiny 1. Destiny 2, they never did that. They went a whole year of Iron Banner where level didn't matter. It was just basically, it was like playing Crucible.
Right.
And it was it felt strange to do that. It was just, I don't know. It was like, well, why just do the Crucible thing? Also in Year 1 Iron Banner, the gear you got from there, Year 1 Iron Banner, I say Year 1, Destiny 1 Iron Banner was a way for a person who didn't do the raid to still level their character up. The stuff that you would get that would drop for you in Iron Banner was higher level than what you got. It was always an improvement. It was a way for you to rank yourself up. When you completed the bounties and things like that, you got high level gear. And that was a way for you that if you weren't going to do the raid, this was a way for you to get your light level up throughout the game. Completely gone with Destiny 2 in Year 1. Destiny 2 Year 2, they added the light level stuff again to where what you wear matters, the gear that you have matters, but the drops didn't matter at all. All the bounties that we went through and put in, we got tokens to level up the rank, but we never got any kind of gear that was useful for anything. So they addressed that in their blog. They said, okay, fine. Next time Iron Banner rolls around, all the bounties, which I think there were like 10 of them, all of the bounties will drop high-level gear. So it's another way for that. So, I mean, again, it is let's put this out there, let's see what happens, okay, let's fix it for next time. Yeah. That's just the way it is. We're way behind. We got to go. I'm going to take a break here. When we come back, we'll have more of In-Game Chat. We'll actually hit up on some of this news. As you know, all of our music always has a theme. Usually, and this week is no different. If you can figure out the theme, the link between all of the music, our little bumper cuts here that you hear, all you have to do is call in, 272-9228, 334-272-9228. Tell us what that theme is across all the songs, and you could win a $10 gift certificate to Quality Comics here in Montgomery. If you're out of town, if you live out of town and listening to us on the stream or something like that, you can totally compete in this because there's just a little code on the gift certificate that I can just give to you through an email or something like that, and you can still use it even if you win it from out of town. So they thought of everything. Anyway.
Is the theme games I didn't play?
It could be. Nope.
Oh.
I had to think.
One of these days.
Yeah, I had to think. Did you play Kane and Lynch?
Yes.
Well, here's Kane and Lynch.
Okay.
We'll be back with more In-Game Chat after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chats. I'm Scott along with RJ and Matt. This is music from Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
I played that one.
Hey,
so maybe the theme's games I have played.
You're right. Well, I mean, I'd used like Spider-Man and Forsaken and a couple other things, but I had forgotten that this had come out. It's still, sometimes, whenever I see something come up about it, I'm still like, oh yeah, that game came out. I gotta get around to playing that.
they said that about Tomb Raider, how it was just swallowed
People
up.
forgot that it came out?
Forgot that it was a thing
Yeah.
for a brief moment.
Yeah.
Our music here is brought to you by Quality Comics at 500 Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery. You can call them at 272-1787. They got an 800 number as well, 800-548-3314. But best thing you can do is go online, Quality Comics, comics with an X, .com, or check out their Facebook page. You're going to see a lot more there at Montgomery Quality Comics on Facebook. And if you've got comics sitting around, maybe you've got baseball cards or anything that's just kind of sitting in the house that you know about, and you're wondering, how much is that worth?
A
I'm
spare
curious.
kid?
Huh?
A spare kid?
Yeah, something like that. Take it to Quality Comics, and they will help you out on what kind of price that is worth with whatever you've got. And they can help you preserve it as well, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Quality Comics, 500 Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery. Again, all these songs, they've got a common thread. But and if you can tell me what that common thread is, call us at 272-9228. You'll get a $10 gift certificate to Quality Comics. All right, so we took a little long in that first hour, and I do not plan... Do I have anything in here? I don't have anything in here about Destiny whatsoever, so I do not plan on bringing them up again.
Well, that's going to upset some people in the chat room.
No, it's really not. I don't mean to go on as long as I do, honestly, on any topic, but I do this every single time.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the topic is. It doesn't even have to be Destiny, but I will just go forever. So, yeah. What was... we talked about Telltale last week.
Yeah.
It kind of only got worse.
I read about that.
Yeah, well, it was one of those weird things. I say it's weird. I don't necessarily know if it's weird or if it's just... I think it's maybe more common than we think. But, Telltale Games shut down. And there were a couple of other things. The employees were stunned by this, apparently. I've got an article here that I'm going to lose, that I'm going to read here. Telltale Games employees were surprised when they announced the closure of the company at a staff-wide meeting. One employee had been working until 3 a.m. the night before with no inkling that the studio was about to let them and over 200 other employees go. Left behind a skeleton crew of 25 to finish off work on Minecraft story mode. The suddenness of the meeting at the company's headquarters was described by a former employee who was there but wanted to remain anonymous as they pursued looking for work elsewhere in the video game industry. The timing was just one of the meeting's unwelcome surprises. The head of human resources dropped another bombshell to the audible shock of Telltale employees. There would be no severance. Those laid off were encouraged to begin applying for unemployment as soon as possible and were told their health benefits would run out at the end of the month, just 9 days later, according to a source and to social media postings by ex-developers. They had 30 minutes to leave the building. The lack of severance, a detail that began circulating on Twitter shortly after, was one of the bitterest details in a game studio collapse that had sparked outrage and sympathy among those who play and make games. Telltale's been around for more than a decade and was in the midst of rolling out a new episode of The Walking Dead. Episode 2 of 4. I thought it was going to be 5, but it was only going to be 4. But episode 2 of a supposed 4 that was planned for release the very next day. The rationale for failing to pay out severance, according to the source, was that this was a business closure rather than partial layoffs. That wasn't, requires... A California law requires employees provide 60-day notice for mass layoffs, but allows some exceptions that could have been applied to Telltale. That wasn't much consolation, however. The people had been working long days leading up to Friday. While the source knew the company's future was in question, they never expected to end. The end was so close at hand. By the time they got back to their desks, their work Google accounts had already been disabled.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. None of my sleepless nights or long hours on weekends trying to ship a game on time got me severance today. Don't work overtime unless you're paid for it, y'all. Protect your health. Companies don't care about you.
Nope.
All I want right now is to rest for a couple of days. But since we got no severance and our insurance expires at the end of the month, I don't have that luxury.
It's a shame, man. I liked their games. You know,
Yeah.
the Batman games were a lot of fun. You know, the Walking Dead, I wanted to finish those out. Wolf Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah, the only one I picked up from them was A Wolf Amongst Us. That was a pretty good game. I was really enjoying that. But something else about that article, Scott, wasn't there something about the fans who bought the season passes of games that are not going to be finished?
I mean, just as with the company to the employees.
Yeah, you're not getting a refund.
Good luck
on
in
that.
your future endeavors, really. I
Yeah.
mean, it was a situation where...
One
Yeah.
more
Another
reason why some people say don't pre-order stuff.
Yeah.
Lethal Migrant says, Ubisoft, they extended a hand and asked them all, hey, you know, come have a lunch with us at a certain place. I can't remember what the location was, but invited them all to come and talk about employment opportunities with Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
There was an update to this. A class action complaint has been filed
Yeah.
against Telltale Games by an ex-employee. The complaint alleges that Telltale Games violated the state and federal WARN Acts by failing to provide 275 workers with the 60 days notice required by law.
Mm-hmm.
The complaint is seeking a judgment from the court that Telltale pay all of the laid-off employees the wages, salaries, 401k contributions, and any other money they would have normally earned during those 60 days. It's unclear at this time how many other employees have or will join in the lawsuit and whether it will be successful. The WARN Act includes several exceptions, including certain instances in which a company is seeking to acquire new businesses or capital that would allow it to keep running normally, and notifying employees of a potential shutdown could jeopardize those deals.
I don't know if that would necessarily apply.
Yeah, no
Don't
idea.
think it does. I mean, 60 days and then 60 days compared to 30 minutes. Come on now.
That's horrible. I wrote about this in the show post for the last episode we did,
Mm-hmm.
where obviously the employees didn't see that there was writing on the wall. I didn't know of anything about it. I'd heard some instances about, oh yeah, it's real. Look, I don't care what company. I've heard it from Naughty Dog. I've heard it from plenty of people who work in the game industry that
It's rough.
crunch is rough. When there's all aspects of making a video game can be very, very, very tough, draining. It's soul crushing. The amount of hours and time and everything else can be massively unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that goes without
It's
saying.
almost always been that way. I remember when Midway was still open. There was a little video of Ed Boon and his team working on Mortal Kombat and all the stuff that they had to do and how long it took for them to get from all they had to get done in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like get there at 8:30 in the morning, you're not leaving till 11:45 at night, and that's every day over and over and over again for months and months at a time. And it's
trying to hit the deadline and stuff. Yeah.
And nowadays you got games that usually 9 times out of 10 aren't even finished at deadline. You got that patch that comes in on the day of release, and then more stuff has to be fixed later on down the line.
That's why I respect game developers when they say it'll be released when it's ready.
Yeah.
You know, look at CD Projekt Red for Cyberpunk, right? It says coming when it's done. You know,
It's ready when it's ready.
yeah. I'll wait for a good game. You know, I've been waiting for Star Citizen for, years now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wait for a good game.
Yeah.
But when they rush it like that, and if my enjoyment and my hobby doesn't need to come at the expense of another person's health and sanity. You know?
Well, it almost always does for any game you've ever bought.
I know,
Yeah.
but it doesn't need to. I mean, this is
The Last of Us being a big one.
Yeah.
I remember talking to Amy when she was still there. While she was working on Uncharted 3, and Neil and everybody else were working on Last of Us, and even after Uncharted 3 had shipped, they were still working on Last of Us, and she was telling me the horror stories about, Neil Druckmann putting himself through just hell with that game, trying to get everything complete, and just the unhealthiness of it. And I mean, it's still a thing. It's not something that's gone away.
No,
it is still a thing.
I don't know if it will.
I don't know that it ever will. I agree with you. I really don't know. Telltale has said that, The Walking Dead, the final season, has been removed from digital gaming storefronts. Telltale has said that they've taken the season pass off. We've removed season passes for The Walking Dead, the final season, from stores for the time being. We're currently still working to find a way to hand off production of episodes 3 and 4 so that the season can be completed. The outcome of those efforts will determine how and when the final season returns to stores. We hope to have a firm announcement before the end of the week. For now, we apologize for any inconvenience. Hearing that, a lot of the employees, again, were upset, thinking if you can hand this off, if you can ship this off to some other company, we can do this. Mm-hmm. We were working on this. Why can't we do it? Why can't we? And I just don't know.
I saw a lot of that. Like, how are you going to expect it to work? Giving it to someone else. That's not going to. What was it? Someone posted like, "What are you going to do? Hand over our files to someone else and just say good luck with it and go on?"
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know that we'll ever see it. Part of me doesn't want to, only for the fact that, I mean, first off, I haven't played any of these. It's been a while since I've gone back to the Telltale games.
Season 2 is the last Walking Dead.
It was, and then they did a bunch of like interim episodes and stuff, right? Like the Michonne episode or whatever. I didn't play that one. There's a lot of the games that a lot of Telltale games that I just haven't played them yet. Mm-hmm. But part of me thinks that if they do finish it, I just think that's more of a constant bitter pill for those that got laid off to see that, somebody else finished it. That was what I was working on, and here's what it looks like now, or anything like that. And maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. That's just, man, that's horrible. So I don't know what went on over at Telltale. I have no idea how this happened. Mismanagement of money? I don't know.
That was my first thought.
That's my first thought, too.
My first thought someone took the money and ran or something.
I mean, that's a really bad mismanagement of money, especially when nobody sees it. You know what I'm saying? When nobody sees any kind of like, they haven't replaced the toilet paper in a while or something like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's certain things that can come about that you're like, that doesn't sound too good.
We don't have paper.
Yeah.
I don't know. Things. You know what I'm saying? Just things. There's got to be
We don't have
things.
trash bags. Yeah. Oh, wait, that's me at my job.
So I just don't know how it. I don't know.
Yeah, we haven't had raises in a while. We haven't had this. Something is cut back. We can't get what we used to when we need it. You know, things like all those types of things. But the suddenness of it, that just indicates to me someone took the money and went with it or something. Or like you said, horrendous mismanagement of funds.
Has to be. Yeah. I say that, or something else is about to happen.
Yeah,
and they were just like, we got to get out of this quick. Because something else is gonna come down the pipe. I really don't know. Anyway, we're gonna take a break here at the top of the hour. When we come back, we'll have more in-game chat in just a moment, and we'll get to whoever's on
Chris.
Chris is on the phone. Hang tight, Chris. We'll get to you right after the break. Up next, we've got music from Dead Island. I don't know that I've ever used music from Dead Island before.
I don't know, but I played it.
Yeah,
I recall it. I played that too.
Now remember,
3 for 3.
Yeah. Now remember that. October starts on Monday, and usually for every weekend in October when we have a show, I use, music
Spooky.
I use music from horror games. So somehow that'll have to continue to run and also have some other theme underlying with everything. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
You got a month. You come up with something.
I got a month. No, I got until
You
next
got a week.
We do it all month.
Oh, all month. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wait till the end.
Yeah, I got to pick 7 songs every weekend for the next 4 weeks.
Not obligated to. Just wait till the end.
Yeah, I try to. All right, here's music from Dead Island. We'll be back in just a bit. And welcome back to In-Game Chats with music from Batman Arkham Asylum.
4 for 4.
I know. All games
4
you
for 4.
played. I can almost bet the next one that plays you have not played.
Okay.
I think we'll break the
It usually happens.
yeah. I don't think it'll stay that way. So, welcome back to the show. Again, if you think you know what is connecting all the songs that you're hearing
Arkham Asylum.
through the show, give us a call at 334-272-9228. If you're correct, you will get a $10 gift certificate to Quality Comics, located here in Montgomery at 500 Eastern Boulevard.
Are they all games with sequels?
What do you think? I mean, that's not it. No, it can't be. I don't know. This next one, I'm not so. The next game, the next game, I'm not familiar.
So far,
with.
they are.
Yeah, the next game I'm not familiar with, so it could very well be. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Quality Comics. You can find. They've got a store on eBay. So if you're kind of curious about some of the products they have, or maybe even buying some of the products they have, check out their store on eBay. They're located at 500 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. They're the South's largest vintage comic dealer, and by that, I mean they do have a lot of vintage comics, some very, very 1940s comic books, 1930s comic books, that sort of thing.
Man, when I went in there, it was like memory lane with some of these comics I haven't like thought about in like decade or so.
You know, I
and
haven't
I'm like,
actually.
oh my gosh, I remember this. I'm like, oh, do you remember back in the 80s there was the Power Pack, and he like just pulls one out. I'm like, I remember that particular comic, or I remember, this particular, oh man.
I haven't been in a comic shop in a while.
I remember Power Pack.
Yeah, but I mean, when's the last time you thought about Power Pack?
Hey, what is on your pull list? What are you reading?
Anarchy Press, Gold Digger. I had Catwoman for a while from DC. Let's see, I haven't had an X-Men title in years. I took that off a while back. A lot of some of the independence things like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, Turtles as well.
Oh,
Turtles as
Ninja
well.
Turtles.
They had some original black and white Eastman Laird Turtles.
Yeah, my first exposure to the Turtles was that cartoon. Then I went to like Walden Books in Montgomery Mall and found the graphic novels. So yeah, imagine my surprise at seeing
this is a lot
what
different.
I saw on the television.
See,
Wait a minute.
I was the exact opposite. I was exposed to the original comic line before the cartoon.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I was the cartoon first, or was the video game first?
Because it was, for me,
I don't know what it was.
original comic line, and then the role playing game, because they actually had a role playing game.
Right.
Because my friends were big into some of those old SSI, TSR, whatever role playing games.
Right.
And so for me, that was my exposure. Then when the Archie stuff started coming out, I'm like, oh, this is cute.
Yeah, it was disappointing, wasn't it?
Things change.
Not disappointing, just different.
Yeah. The kid friendly version. Yeah.
It was different. I mean, I'm like, all right, this is, It literally, it was cute. Whereas like the other one was more gritty. They're like,
Oh yeah.
a lot more violent. This is more tubular,
yeah,
radical.
Much more violent. Yeah.
I picked up a Comic-Con exclusive toy from, I can't remember what the name of the company was, but they did action figures based on the first movie. And all 4 characters came in a box that was just a bigger version of what the home video box looked like for the movie. Like complete with description on the back, the spines or the sides of the box, everything else. Even the FHE and the crayon logo in the bottom was actually NEC, because I think it was National Entertainment Company or something. I mean, completely mocked up to be that way. And the pose on the front of them were the figures posed in that style. Everything on the box was just like it was for the movie box, but it was the figures.
Nice.
It was all the figures in that pose or in that picture or whatever it was. So yeah, these were, I think it was a limited edition of 200. So I was able to grab one of those when they put them on sale on the internet. But yeah, so check out Quality Comics, 500 Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery. They've got a anniversary bash going on October the 12th, where I think they're going to have, I believe it's 50% off. I think it's half price on all their back issues, and I believe like 10% off, I think, on their newer stuff, something like that. So
stock up.
Yeah, we'll have them in again the weekend before that event, so they can tell us more about it. But which I guess would be next weekend, actually, because it's on the 12th.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have them in next weekend. Anyway, going back to let's go to the phones because Chris is waiting, and he has been. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, y'all?
Not much. What's going on with you?
I read some stuff about the Telltale games, going out and all too over the weekend and in the last week, and I've got the PlayStation 4 version of 7 Days to Die, and I was, everybody was concerned, what was going to happen about that, if they were going to still support it, but supposedly the Fun Pimps are going to still support that since they were part of that deal, for that localization of the PC game on the PlayStation. And then I saw that there's another port of another survival game. I think it's Survival the Deep or something with the Deep in the title that's about to come out on PlayStation 4 and next month in just a couple weeks or so.
But it involved a company that had closed down?
Yeah, it involved Telltale.
What was Telltale being involved with 7 Days to Die with? What was their involvement?
They were the publisher of the game of the PlayStation 4 version of it.
Telltale Games?
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, Chris, was that title Stranded Deep?
I think it was. Yes, it was.
Stranded Deep.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the one that's supposed to be coming out recently, and I just saw the ad of it, advertising it for the PlayStation 4, and it was just several days ago, or just a few days after they had already announced that they were going out of business, and they had closed. And I'm thinking, okay.
Yeah, it says something about on the 21st of September, something about Stranded Deep coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
Currently in early access on PC.
Yeah,
it was a while back, but that's
okay. Yeah, I see. They were with Jack. Well, the better thing about those is that those weren't being developed by Telltale. Those were only being published. So there was no real problem there. I don't think those developers were. I think those will be fine there. It does show me that those were canceled. The Wolf Among Us Season 2, Game of Thrones Season 2, and Stranger Things all canceled. So I think it'll be fine. I think those will be fine, and you'll have. I had no idea they were publishing those games. That was a complete surprise. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
But I was kind of wondering about that as well, but I just never know what's going to roll down the road.
No, especially when it just come out of nowhere like that. So.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, thanks so much for calling in, man.
All right, y'all have a good afternoon.
You too. Take care. I wanted to get to the something that we didn't get to was some Nintendo stuff from like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't know. There was a massive list of games that were going to be released on the Switch, and there was also a Nintendo Direct where a ton of games were announced. A Luigi's Mansion game announced for Switch. Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn coming to the 3DS. Another Bowser's Inside Story coming to 3DS. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe coming to Switch.
Is that just a redoing of New Super Mario Bros. U?
Yes, it is. But the Deluxe Edition will also come with New Super Luigi U as well, which apparently was another game. So.
But okay, all right. So far the Kirby is a redo.
Oh no, they're all redos, man.
Yeah.
Well, Luigi's Mansion is a sequel.
Okay, I'll give it that.
But Kirby's Epic Extra Yarn, that's coming to 3DS. So they're just porting that from the Switch to the 3DS. Bowser's Inside Story, that's a sequel for the 3DS, which they just keep doing that. But New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Katamari is getting a Switch remaster.
Okay,
so again, still that.
Yeah.
They announced the Switch Online service. So for $3.99 a month,
get your friend codes ready,
or $20 for a year. It's already launched. I haven't even done anything with it, but you'll get classic NES games with online support. They released the NES style controllers for just those games. There's a working title called Town. It's an RPG for the Switch, so that's new. City Skylines came to Switch.
Another.
That's fine with me, but it's portable version
no,
of
I'm
City
just saying,
Skylines.
Like,
I love City
between
Skylines.
that, how many of these are new, and how many are ports?
Can Switch handle that though? City Skylines, because your PC had to be pretty up to date to handle it. Good with all someone's like the 20 by 20 grid, I think. Some they released, and it was having a hard time. Some computers were having a hard time rendering all that.
Yeah, no. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I wonder if the Switch could handle something like that, or just not have a 20 by 20 grid on the system.
Bowser's Inside Story is a 3DS remake of the DS game.
Oh, it's a remake. I did not know that.
Speaking of DS games that are getting remade, the Phoenix Wright trilogy is coming to Steam and PS4.
3-pack?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think Xbox One, too. But yeah, the Phoenix Wright trilogy is coming. If I hadn't already played and beat all those.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought it was on. I've been playing it on 3DS, I thought.
Playing what?
Or maybe that's Mario and Luigi. I don't know. I thought I had a couple of Bowser Inside Stories on my 3DS. But maybe I didn't. I don't know. City Skylines, which is great. Civilization 6 coming to Switch. Again, I know it's not original.
Yeah.
Then there was like a massive amount of Final Fantasy games being released on Switch.
Yeah. But not 8, I don't think.
World of Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy, what is that, 10, 11, 12? Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10, and, X and X2.
Yeah.
Remasters.
So they get the...
Why not 8? Yeah.
Yeah, why not 8?
I mean, 8 wasn't a poorly received game, was it?
Not at all.
A new fighter for Super Smash Brothers was a character from Animal Crossing, which honestly, when they showed that, I thought, ooh, this is the Animal Crossing announcement for Switch. But no, it turned out it was the Animal Crossing character being used in Super Smash Brothers. But then they came around and announced Animal Crossing for Switch in 2019.
Didn't Diablo 3 get a Switch release date?
October, yeah.
Yeah.
I think late October is when it's going to be out. So, Bastion was announced for Switch. Broken Age. Let's see what else. Shadow Fight 2, Space Dungeon Tactics, Wasteland 2 Director's Cut for the Switch, Scribblenauts Mega Pack.
I still need to
Undertale.
play and finish Wasteland 2.
Yeah. So, a lot of stuff announced for the Switch and for Nintendo. What else did I have here? That was the free trial. The Final Fantasy games, Animal Crossing. Fortnite has now been cited in more than 200 divorce proceedings.
I shouldn't laugh about that.
No, yeah, right. We shouldn't, but
I
priorities,
I
man. I'm
shouldn't laugh.
okay.
But that's
we talked about Telltale closing, and I know when we got off the air, I didn't even mention it, but the Dead Rising studio, Capcom Vancouver, was
they were
closed.
shuttered.
Yeah, they were closed as well. We never got around to that. Oh, something that happened like overnight, not last week, but the week before, because we never talked about it. I woke up and I saw, I follow that Wario64 guy on Twitter, right?
Yes.
And so...
we all should.
Yeah, well, you should. I mean, you're going to get a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
But the reason you follow it is for when he throws in, like...
The stuff that you care about.
The price errors, or maybe you're...
Sweet price errors.
Yeah, or maybe you're looking for something that's hard to find, and he's like, okay, it's up at this place, go get it, that sort of thing, which has happened a few times. But overnight, and I didn't even know this, I woke up to it where Sony announced the PlayStation Classic.
Yeah.
The little mini PlayStation.
PS1.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original PlayStation 1.
I mean, it's exactly like what Nintendo did.
Yeah.
But it's all PlayStation games, but so far we only know that there's 5 of them.
Doesn't 5 games?
Well, we only know 5 of the 20.
Okay. Now, does it look like the original PlayStation or the PS1, which was the shorter, smaller, roundeder? Yep. It's a word. I just made it up.
I'm going to say the original PlayStation because this.
Okay, so it's more boxy.
This looks very boxy. Yes.
Okay.
So everybody's got one now, isn't it? Nintendo, Sega, Sony.
Does Sega have them? Well, Sega's got a mini one.
Sega's got that mini one that's made by that
Sega comes out.
I want to say bootleg,
Which is
but
exactly
not
the
really.
one that I think Atari was looking at doing, or
Yeah.
somebody was looking at doing, and we thought, no, don't be doing this.
When
Yeah,
Sega
8.
comes out with the Dreamcast Classic, come knock on my door.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Because when Dreamcast came out back in '99, all those games that came out with it, that was
it's going to
that was a
release
good
on
one, man.
December
It was really good.
3rd.
All right.
It's $100. 5 games that we know are in there of the 20 are Final Fantasy VII,
Of course.
Jumping Flash.
Jumping Flash?
Yeah,
wasn't that the one with the frog?
something like that. Yeah, Ridge Racer Type 4,
Oh, yeah.
Tekken 3,
Okay, yeah, that's a good.
and Wild Arms.
All right.
That's 5 of the 20. So we got 15 other games that we do not know what they're going to be in there.
I wish I could go back to that time of my life when the PlayStation 1 came out. It was just a good time.
This is also likely something that will be just as easily moddable as the others. And again, I don't want to go. We're going to go through it, I know, but I don't want to go through everybody saying, "Well, you can just buy your own little Raspberry Pi and just make your own." I get it. I know you can.
I've done.
You know, I don't buy these
I
things.
have.
I don't buy these things because I can mod them. I didn't pick up the SNES or the NES because I can mod them. It's a nice little bonus that I can do that.
Yeah.
But I don't go out there and buy them because, I'm going to mod them and put on many more games or anything like that. I know exactly what you're telling me. I can just go make it myself. I get that. I just like it for the novelty aspect. That's all. Mm-hmm. The fact that it's a little tiny machine, you know?
The controllers aren't the DualShock controllers.
They're not.
That's what got me when I saw that, because I remember those original PlayStation controllers. They're like light, and they didn't have the dual analog sticks.
They are not DualShocks.
And yeah, no bueno. Do they have bumpers and triggers? I'm trying to remember if that were okay.
They had bumpers. They never had. They never
They
came
didn't
with
have
triggers.
that was a PS3
Yeah,
when they started that.
they just have the bumpers.
Oh man,
So yeah.
both. They had both. Did they have original PlayStation have bumpers and triggers?
I don't think so.
I thought that was a newer thing, like a PS3.
He may understand what we're talking about now. Double buttons. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No. They didn't have. They were still just bumpers on the side on the back of the controller.
Yeah.
There was nothing like a trigger
the
type
trigger
thing.
Yeah.
Nothing like that on those. So.
You think they're going to do a N64 classic?
I think as well as these things are selling, Nintendo will not jump off that gravy train. I think they will continue to go as far as they can with it.
Or do you think first they'll do the Game Boy classic?
I don't know.
Like, are they going to go chronologically, or are they going to
Part of me feels like they won't, only for the fact that you can play a lot of Game Boy games on
the Virtual Console?
a lot of that for the.
But how many of the Super Nintendo games and original NES games can you play on the Virtual Console?
Well, they got
as
rid of
well?
the. See, it's been a while for the Virtual Console because the Switch didn't have it, and the Switch never had a Virtual Console on it.
Okay.
And the Wii U had Virtual Console, but they had stopped production of it, and sales weren't that great, and everything else. So, for what they did, I think it was just a situation where they said, "Hey, we're going to make this." Well, I think what happened was they had an abundance of the Raspberry Pis or something. They just had an overstock of them, and so they did this, and that's how they're getting rid of them.
Okay.
From what I understand, and then they sold amazingly well, and they said, "Okay, we'll keep doing this then."
Yeah.
It just took them a while to do it, so I don't know.
If they, if they did the 64 classic, I'd want them to rework the joystick, the controller.
Yeah.
I never liked the 64 controller.
Yeah, it was a pain using that thing.
It was a pain using it. It was uncomfortable to use it, and the thumb analog, stick always broke and just sort of like dangled and wobbled. And
I was always wondering why that thing was put in the center.
it was weird, man.
I never got the reasoning behind that.
For the outside, hand, did you ever? was there ever a game where you like used both outside, or you always used the one inside? Where
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just.
It felt like it was something Nintendo did just to be different, and
Look how edgy we are.
They
We're
went
so
a-
edgy. We got 3 edges.
they went a little too far over that edginess and,
Yeah.
and kind of went to the absurdity of it.
At least
No, you
the
fell off the edge on that
GameCube
one.
controller was, that one felt more all right. This, felt better.
It was on the side, not a dead center.
Yeah.
I wanted to read this. This is from the AV Club about the Fortnite divorce stuff. Real quick before we go to break. It says, every few years, an obsession comes along in the gaming world that sweeps everything else off the board. Coverage of games like World of Warcraft and Minecraft frequently takes on the tone of some kind of epidemic thriller as reports spread of hooked kids, infuriated parents, and shattered relationships. Now, Fortnite, the massively popular free-to-play online shooter that boils the current Battle Royale game craze down to its most efficient and addictive form, is the latest vector of infection. And it's reached a new milestone in its video games as a pox upon society career. Because while the game itself has graduated in the last year from plucky, extremely ubiquitous knockoff to explicative deleted, omnipresent elder statesman of the genre, Epic Games' massively popular title has just achieved the real brass ring in the supposedly life-destroying video game addiction stakes. The honor comes in the form of a report stating that more than 200 divorce proceedings have cited the game in their complaints. And that's just in the UK.
In the UK?
And only in 2018, yeah.
Whoa, I was expecting that to be the US.
That sounds American, don't it?
It does.
That really does sound American.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Anyway.
I mean, I feel bad.
So, let's take a break, our last little break of the hour here, and then we'll come back and finish off the news here. So, this one, I have no idea if this is a sequel or if this produced a sequel. And I also feel a sneeze coming on, so give me a second.
Blugga blugga. Yeah?
Bless you.
Just the one?
I'm good.
All right, good.
I don't know if a sequel was produced by this game or if it is a sequel or anything about it, really. It is tied in some way with everything else, though. This is music from a game called I Am Setsuna.
I have not played that.
I knew it would break the. I knew it probably would break the thing.
I really want to.
You, RJ?
I hear it's.
I heard about it.
I
Saw it
think
on the
it's-
PlayStation Store a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of done like in the spiritual sequelness of the Chrono series.
Yeah,
And-
it
and
looks
that-
like a JRPG.
Yeah, well, it is a JRPG, but I think
Why I didn't play
it
it.
might even have something to do with like maybe like some of the people that made, if I remember hearing about that or something. But like in that vein of, old school Super NES Chrono Triggerness.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is a track called Path of Redemption. So we'll be right back with Morning Game Chat after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chats with Scott, RJ, Matt. Music here from Space Invaders Extreme.
Ooh.
Right. Here's the wrench in whatever plan you thought you might have been going for. If there was one to begin with, if you had a plan of what you thought it might be.
It was ruined with a while ago for
Yeah.
nothing.
This would be the wrench.
Isn't this the one that we got the post-it stamp? from years ago?
We got a thing from the yeah. There was like a little something like that. They were trying to push it and promote it, and they sent us some promotion materials, an autographed copy of the design, the character design of the Space Invader. So, if you think you know the answer, give us a call, 334-272-9228. Of what all these things LinkedIn means, you will get a $10 gift certificate.
I'm always bad at these.
To Quality Comics on the Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery, 500 Eastern Boulevard in Montgomery. You can see it right there from the Eastern Boulevard, by the way.
You can.
Yes, you can. Check out their store on eBay. Again, that's Quality Comics, comics with an X. Go to qualitycomics.com and check out their Facebook page, Montgomery Quality Comics. They're the South's largest vintage comic dealer. We've talked about it before. RJ has a pull list there. But if you go through the closet and you find some comic books or collectibles or baseball cards or really just anything at all, they are more than happy to give you kind of a value assessment of what it might be worth. I told them I have a bunch of loot crates. And said, we can look at those, see what's in there.
And speaking of Quality Comics, we got Lee on the line.
Oh, hey. Hey, Lee.
Hey, guys.
How's it going, man?
It is going all right. I stayed up till, 3 o'clock last night at the store with the new Ravnica release with Magic, and I am worn out.
Yeah, so that went well, I guess?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Had around 30 show up, and when I left today, of course I went home for a while and came back, but when I left earlier, we had about another 20 or so going, so...
All right. Hey, we want you guys to
be pretty good.
Yeah, we want you guys to come in on the show next weekend to promote the Friday event on the 12th.
Okay.
Because I would hate
Very
to,
cool.
because obviously you can't come in after the fact and promote it. So I would like you to come in
Unless you sell DeLoreans.
Yeah, I'd like you to come in on the Saturday before and promote the Friday event for the anniversary bash that's going to be going on
Awesome.
the 12th. So I'll get with you during the week. We'll set that up. You guys can just come by and be on the show for that one.
That sounds awesome. I appreciate the invitation.
Oh, of course, we're going to try and have you guys on at least once a month
Woo-woo.
to promote the stuff going on at the shop, since there's so much that goes on at the shop.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's nonstop, which is great. We want to make it like a center, a place for everybody to meet eventually doing their stuff.
Yeah, I had no
Not
idea.
just about profit. But
Yeah,
Just like a
just
hangout.
Exactly.
Yeah, I had no idea, but RJ has a pull list there. I had no clue, but yeah, he's got books there that he comes in
Awesome.
frequently to pick up. So yeah,
That's fantastic.
have you picked up your pull list for this week or no?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I will.
Okay, well, it's there waiting for you.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
your books. So
Most definitely. RJ, I've got a question for you.
Mhm.
I know you were out at AWA last week.
Yeah.
What is give me your top 2 or 3 anime type things you like? Like, do you work on Gundam model kits? Do you enjoy particular franchises, like My Hero Academia or Titan or the older stuff, or what do you like?
Well, the My Hero Academia is pretty good right now. I've been watching that a lot.
Hello Kitty.
No Hello Kitty genius. No, I saw a lot of the graphic novels and manga I really get into. But one of the titles, My Hero Academia is going pretty good on anime wise. I've been really looking into that. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we gave Jay a gift certificate to the store,
Mm-hmm.
and then we gave Matt a couple of Star Trek collectibles.
Yep.
So there is a new statue coming out in February of Izuku Midoriya, and it's where he's doing his smash pose. So
Yeah.
I'm going to pre-order one of those, and if you're interested, I'll give you half off of it
Okay.
as a gift for helping promote and whatnot.
Okay. Appreciate that.
So I went ahead and ordered it, got it coming in. But I was going to say I've got a choice of different things for you.
Mhm.
If you were like, "Oh God, I'm nuts for Gundam," then I have a Gundam kit I was going to hook you up with. So.
I know someone who a friend of mine who is into Gundam and things like that. So I'll definitely give him the message about that
No,
and about the
awesome.
bash as well.
RJ, aren't you
Yeah.
like nuts into Star Wars?
he's not
Subtle,
Yeah, he's not
Matt, real subtle.
not at all. Yeah. So
Matt, I suspect some attempted pilfering occurring.
yeah, right.
Just a little bit.
Whatever he gives you, I'll buy it off of you. So
Bye.
yeah.
Bye. Like cajole until he recovers the item. But
No.
Matt's like, all these loot games, I want to live that. Heck with a game. Let me just go
Just loot.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. I have forgotten completely what I called in about now. But
No
that's
idea.
okay, because it's awesome.
No idea.
Can you get some?
I don't either. It was something about a game somewhere at some point.
All right. If you think of it, you've got about 15 minutes to call. Well, 14 minutes now to call us back if you think of it. So.
Well, I'll try to remember. And RJ, look forward to you coming into the store, and we'll hook you up, man.
All right. Thank you now.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care.
Wanted to hit these stories real quick before we go. Is that also one of the older? Again, we're still playing catch up here, but Sony has ended the production of the PS Vita in Japan.
And that's sad.
Yeah, that starts next year. Actually, they'll end the production of that. I think at this point, this is the
death knell.
Yeah, I think it's done. It is done. So, which I'm glad I still have my Vita.
Yes.
I don't use it very much, but I'm glad I have it. And
One of the main complaints about the Vita about the how much it costs to get those
stupid memory
the
cards.
memory card.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the biggest complaint about it. Yeah,
That's why I need
It was
some more.
ridiculous.
But yeah, when they're like $50 some odd for a 16 gig.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah,
wow.
because it's all the it's
50,
proprietary.
yeah, okay, for $50 for 16 gigs.
Yeah, last I remember it was insane. And it's all proprietary. It's not like you can just get like a micro SD.
Yeah,
It's the Sony special,
yeah, I get that. I mean, heck, I'm thinking flash drives I can get a heck of a lot more gigs for much less than $50. But yeah,
I need to go through. I haven't picked up my games for September for PS Plus. I need to do
You
that.
better hurry up. 'Cause,
I know.
October they announced.
what was it? God of War and
Yeah,
Destiny.
Yeah,
Yes.
God of War 3 remastered
Yeah.
and Destiny 2.
That was for September. Yeah.
I'm trying to see what the rest of them were for September, but the ones that we've got for
Nothing really jumped out.
the ones we've got for October
Friday the 13th.
starts on October 1st. I'm opening up the blog here so I can get
That's
the
one of
entire
them.
list. Yeah.
I remember seeing that.
Okay, we've got first up Friday the 13th, the game. Then there's another game called Laser League.
Even though they didn't they stop all support for Friday the 13th.
They did.
Oh,
Because
that's
of the,
right.
because of the
license.
lawsuit. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
license and
issue,
lawsuit
yeah.
and stuff. There's The Bridge for PS3, Master Reboot for PS3, Rocket Birds 2 Evolution for the Vita, and 2064 Read-Only Memories for the Vita.
So Friday the 13th, the game.
I always pick up everything, you know.
I just stick it in the library, download it later.
Just go to the PlayStation Store. Just do that now.
I needed to get a hard drive, like an external, like maybe just like a 1 terabyte, so I could stick it into my PlayStation.
I've got to get another one, actually, an external hard drive.
Because I only have the 500 megs from the that originally came in it.
that ain't gonna last long.
Oh, it hasn't. I've had to be
No,
like,
not
oh, well, I
last
want to play
long.
this game. Well, let me uninstall these.
Yeah, I got a 8 terabit one for saving data of games that I haven't been playing a lot, so just save some space on there and to pull it on there. But I gotta get another one for some other things. But yeah, I mean 500 gigs. No, that's not gonna last long. What is the title, like 50 gigs to install?
Some games, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Did you see the install for Red Dead Redemption 2?
Triple digits, isn't it?
150?
150 gigs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness.
150 gigs for Red Dead Redemption 2.
I'm sorry. It sounded like you said 150.
150 gigs.
It might be more.
It may be 151.
I'm going to have to uninstall like my entire hard drive.
No, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get some stuff on storage or backup or delete it altogether. One of the two. I mean, I thought, no, not really. I mean, well, 2 terabytes that I put in there recently and a while ago was I thought was going to hold me a little bit, but like I said, the reason I got a 8 terabit was to pull all the other stuff and stick it on there. Ever since that update came out that said you can attach a 8 terabit to your system now and let you do all those things. I wonder if this is going to start a trend now. 150 gigs for.
I don't necessarily know it's going to start a trend. I think it's a special in case for the fact of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah. It's a big
huge open world game like that.
Wow.
Massive. I'm going through and adding all these games to my cart. There's a lot of them.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to wrap my head around how much you're going to be able to do in Red Dead 2 for 150 gigs.
Oh, a lot.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
It better be a lot for 150 gigs.
God, there's a bunch of games here. I'm going to tell you what this. I'm buying them all, even though it's all free. Let me go to my cart. Tell you what it is. Oh, I thought it'd be a lot more. $63
For what games?
God of War 3 remastered, Another World 20th Anniversary Edition, Foul Play, Cube Director's Cut, and that includes the Vita versions, the PS3 versions, and all that other stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's how much it would have been if you would have just normally.
It would have been if I was buying them without doing all that stuff. So there we go. I got my list. So what else do we have? Fallout 76 beta begins October 23rd on the Xbox One, but October 30th for PC and PlayStation 4. That is if you pre-ordered the game. You'll get to play they call it a beta, but whatever. At this point, you're just getting early access to the game. Nobody's doing a beta when the game releases November 14th.
Hitman 2 just went gold.
That is correct.
Okay.
PlayStation Experience is not happening this year.
Really?
Yeah, it normally happens around December or so, but they're skipping that. They're not gonna have it.
Huh.
And then the other thing that was kind of big this week, Sony actually allowed crossplay for Fortnite, at least on the PS4. They're testing it out, following a comprehensive evaluation process. This is a blog post that Sony says, which you can read into that and say, oh, we figured out that we're not actually going to lose money. Finding out that we can still survive this. Sony Interactive Entertainment has identified a path toward supporting cross-platform features for select third-party content. We recognize that PS4 players have been eagerly awaiting an update, and we appreciate the community's continued patience as we have navigated through this issue to find a solution. An open beta for Fortnite that'll let PS4 players go up against people on the Xbox One, Switch, PC, Mac, and mobile.
I read that as if the game is big enough, we'll do it. If not, no.
Yeah. We reached out to major third parties to see if their games will start incorporating PS4 into their crossplay offerings. Psyonix, makers of Rocket League, currently allow crossplay between that. They sound into it, but say we should ask Sony about this. We're really happy for the PlayStation and Fortnite communities. We know that Rocket League players in our own community want to know what this means for them as well, but we don't have any updates at the moment. In the meantime, we recommend reaching out to PlayStation directly for any further comments. So they did. They asked about that. A Sony rep said, we have no plans to announce at this point, but our goal remains to take a more open stance with cross-platform support that's aligned with our mission to deliver the best consumer experience. And here's an Activision Blizzard rep replying to questions about any plans for Destiny or in Black Ops cross-platform play with PlayStation. We've had a great experience with cross-play for Hearthstone on other platforms and have witnessed how compelling it can be for our community. There's still a lot of work to do on both our side and the platform side to understand whether crossplay might be integrated into our other games. We'll be watching the upcoming test and we'll assess what that potential impact on this feature would be for our players and our games.
You know, for Destiny, I wouldn't even care about...
I just want cross-save.
Yes.
That's all.
That's it. I don't care about cross-play. I want to be able to take my character from one platform to another. That's it. You know, if I could take all the stuff that I have, all the items that I have...
That would work wonders
and
for
just,
me.
You know, go to another platform with it. If I want to play on this other platform, then that would do me so much better than just cross-play.
I wouldn't have to lose my scout rifle. If that were possible, if that
I'd have
were
to start
available.
over from scratch on the PlayStation 4, and you know,
or in my case on the PC.
I have coworkers I wouldn't mind playing with, but at the same time, they're like, "Hey, you gonna play?" I'm like, "No, I'm not at all gonna start all of that over again without a Sparrow, without any equipment, without none of that. That's just not worth it.
We've been through too much at this point to start all over again.
Completely.
So. Finally, I think we're all caught up now. You okay?
Yeah, no, it looked like the bottom was starting to...
No.
But I don't think it is. I think it's just old.
Yeah, we're finally all caught up on news. It's been like I've been trying to catch
2
up the
weeks of
entire
news?
month of September.
Yeah.
Since coming back from PAX and then being sick. So I believe we are finally caught up. But yeah, I would love the cross save. That would give me a chance to bring these characters over to PlayStation 4 and play with our clan folks there.
Yep.
I've been
Because
recruiting
like
again.
some days, more of your friends might be on this platform than on that platform. If you could just like hop your save over, your character over from one to the other.
Yeah.
Been plenty of times I would love to do that so I could play with RJ and also Sarah, who's on a PS4 now.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to Sarah and RJ.
yeah. Well, RJ's working on his PC.
Yeah.
So we'll see
Yeah,
him.
I got a part. Like I said, I got a part coming in. So
How do you feel about space combat simulators? Do you like flying in space?
The only flying simulation I've ever played was Afterburner.
That's not a simulation. That's an arcade.
I said the closest to it,
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
actual thing.
Okay, so
That's like the difference between Outrun and Forza?
I tried
Or Gran Turismo?
Okay, put it this way: I played Gran Turismo, and I
Yeah.
played Outrun. Guess which one I had more fun with?
Oh yeah, Outrun. Definitely,
There you go.
definitely, 100% Outrun on that
I
one.
ain't have to think about gear ratio and transmission and all that other stuff.
I always
No.
liked Cruisin' series on the N64.
Oh,
Cruising.
yeah.
yeah. What was the one backflipping off of the hills when you tilt
Yeah.
off the gas?
What was
yeah.
the Hydro Thunder?
Hydro Thunder was really good, but
That was a good one, too.
Remember H2 Overdrive
Yeah.
that they had in the mall? That was one of the best ones.
Oh.
But then the arcade owners shifted to Florida to try to boost the arcade there. But yeah, when you ship it to a place where you can do actual hydroplaning and jet skiing and things like that, yeah, it's not going to go well, and it didn't.
Lethal Migraine posted the games with gold for Xbox One and 360 for October. Overcooked, Victor Vran, and then Stuntman Ignition and Hitman Blood Money are the 4 games we're getting in October for the games with gold.
Hitman Blood Money was a good one.
Stuntman Ignition, tough, but also fun. And they're made by the same people who did the Driver series. Driver,
Oh, yeah.
San Francisco, Driver
Yeah,
2,
I remember
yeah,
that one, yeah.
all those. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us in the chat room, as well as everybody listening on the stream and even on the radio. I want to thank everybody who grabs us each week from iTunes or wherever you get our show for later use. We appreciate it. Go to ingamechat.net, join us on Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, subscribe to our Twitch channel that you're watching right now. And if you're on Steam, join our Steam group. If you're in Destiny, we've got a clan. Just look for in-game chat. You can join it. It's completely open to join and to leave, so you don't have to get an invite. You can just join. We've got a Discord. We've also, if you're looking for our Discord, it's in-game chat. You can join up with us on any of these systems and play with us and other listeners as well. So I want to thank everybody, as always. I want to thank Quality Comics here in Montgomery as well for sponsoring the show. And have a great week. We're going to see you next Saturday. I leave you here with music from the Turing Test. Did you ever play that?
No, but I know of the Turing Test.
Well, no, not the Turing Test, the game.
I saw it on a PlayStation Store once. Yeah, it was like you're on a ship or something, right? You have to go through the ship gives you instructions. You got to.
I want to say it was by
the best of your ability.
I want to say it was made by the same company that made the game Gone Home.
Okay.
Yeah, same developers and that sort of thing. So this is a track called "Waking Up." The common connection through all of these that apparently nobody got.
I didn't get.
Yeah, they're all games published by Square Enix. Yeah.
I was kind of close in the beginning when I was talking about
You
like
were,
Eidos and.
But you guys were hitting developers and not publishers.
not
yeah.
publishers.
So, anyway, have a great one. We'll see you next week.